use headphones for best experience. Thanks for your fantastic support. Hi, welcome to another video. Today I would like to show you a very long road. It's called the Pan-American Highway, and it stretches from the very north of the North American continent in Alaska, and it follows the American North, Central, South American continent to the very southern tip. But actually there's a gap called the Darien Gap here in the middle, in Panama and Colombia. So here there are no roads for about 106 kilometers, approximately 100 kilometers, or 60, 70 miles, something like that. But we're gonna take a look at that eventually. We'll start here from the very north. See if I can find some good pages to look at. Here we have North America. So we will start from here. Here somewhere. By the Beaufort Sea, the northern coast of Alaska. Here's a very good page to start at, because this is Alaska. And this atlas is actually printed in 1959. So, actually, the most northern part of what is now considered the Pan-American Highway was not constructed by this time. In 1974, a road called the Dalton Highway was built in this area. And today it's considered to be the northernmost part of this Pan-American Highway. But it's not like it's not an official part of the road, but by many it's considered to be part of it. For example, I've read about the people who have been traveling along this entire road from Prudhoe Bay in Alaska to Ushuaia in the southern parts of Argentina by bike, and there are many different routes you can choose between, because there are no like official route, and different countries have different views on what is the Pan American Highway. So in the US, the entire interstate, what is it called? The entire interstate highway system is part of the Pan American Highway. In Canada, there are no official roads that are said to be part of the Pan American Highway, so I just have to choose one. They're all unofficial. But yeah, for example, this person I read about who made a world record in 2000 and was it 18 or 19? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it was in 2018. His name was Jonas Deichmann, I think, or Deichmann. He made a new world record in traveling this entire road from the very north to the very south by bike. So it's a distance of 23,000 kilometers or 14,000 miles. And he traveled this distance in 97 days, I think. And he started from here. So the place here is called Prudhoe Bay, or Dead Horse. Also a place here, very close to this place. I'm not sure exactly what's Prudhoe Bay and what's Dead Horse, but it's by a river called the Sag River, or I guess it's a short name for Sagavanirktok River or something like that. Sagavanirktok. Not sure how to pronounce it. And I believe this is actually this particular river. And the first part of Pan American Highway, that is the Dalton Highway. It goes like this. And I think I will zoom in a bit. So, from Prudhoe Bay, we follow the Sag River, and this is called the North Slope of Alaska, this part here. And we have the mountains here, called the Brooks Range. So we cross this mountain range. Oh, sorry, here. Then we have the White Mountains. somewhere, I think. Also we should have... no. It's a bit tricky today because at the very start of this route I can't see the road. I have to remember. I think we will go to... or actually I can check on Google Maps while I'm doing this. Here you can see Prudhoe Bay. Dead horse. And Sag River. And here you can see the road. Yeah, we will pass Wiseman. And I guess this is the Yukon River. And the Yukon Flats, this is called. Then we have the White Mountains here. Living Good. And we will reach Fairbanks. So I'll do another try here. Here we have Wiseman. And here we have the Yukon Flats, the valley with the Yukon River in the middle. And here we have Living Good. So in 1959 there was a road from Fairbanks to Living Good. That's now part of the Dalton Highway in Alaska. So we reach Fairbanks, and from here we will continue on the Alaska Highway, constructed in 1942. Following the Tanana River, as you can see here. So we follow this road. Here actually you can see Alaska Highway is written here. And yeah, we cross the border between Alaska and the US to Yukon territory in Canada. And here's Whitehorse, capital city of Yukon. And the roads here are called, there are actually a lot of roads numbers here. So we have the Yukon Road 1, I guess from the border to Whitehorse and to Watson Lake here. Because here we enter British Columbia, the province to the south of Yukon. Then the road is called 97. And let's flip to another page and see where it leads. this magnifying glass so I can take a closer look as well. Maybe I can try to do that now because the type, the face, the font size here is very tiny. So let's see. White horse. And yeah, it's a bit confusing, I think, because I have to hold the magnifying glass between my eyes and the map, and then it looks like this. And for you, I would like to hold it like this, but yeah, then I can't really use it myself, so I'll skip it for now. I think that Watson Lake is not on this map, but I guess it's here somewhere. And we follow this road here. I guess it's still called the Alaska Highway. And we follow it to Dawson Creek in British Columbia, just at the border to Alberta. And here I think that it will change name again from BC 97 to BC 2. Just a very short part here to the border to Alberta. And in Alberta it's called the Alberta Road 43 to Edmonton, the capital of Alberta. And from Edmonton we will take road or highway number 2 to Calgary. And all the way to Fort McLeod here. Now we're very close to the US and Canadian border, but we need to turn to the left here to Highway 3 to Lethbridge. You can see it says Lethbridge. And from there, Highway 4 to Coutts, just at the border. And then we enter the US, the state of Montana. And at the other side of the border here, from Coutts, it's called Sweet Grass. Small town, just at the border. And the road here will change name to it's now part of the interstate highway system in the US. So it's first we will follow on this particular route that I have chosen. I mean, in the US, all the interstate highways are officially part of the Pan American Highway. So you just have to choose one that you want to follow. And I've chosen to start with the Interstate Highway 15. So Maybe I should actually remember this place and choose another map. I think I saw a map of the entire US in this atlas, but now I need to find it again. Yeah, here it is. So, by the way, it's a Swedish atlas. It says Förenta Staterna, the United States. And the reason I've chosen this map and this atlas is because I think it's quite beautiful, like old maps, colors and typography and everything. Quite like it. So, where were we? Remember we were in Montana. So this is Montana. And here I see something that I recognize. It's Lethbridge in Alberta. I'll zoom in a bit. So we were here, just at the border, at Sweetgrass. So we will follow Interstate Highway 15 through Great Falls, Helena, the capital city of Montana. Butte, and then we'll take the Interstate Highway 90 to Billings here, and Sheridan. As you can see, now we're in Wyoming. In Sheridan, and we follow this road to or maybe, no, I'm not completely sure, but maybe this road 90 continues to the east here, and I'm not 100% sure what number this road has, actually, but I know that we will take the road Interstate Highway 25 at some point here at Cheyenne. So maybe, I guess this is the road 25 actually. Both the Interstate 15 and Interstate 25, I think also 35, are like going in this north-southern direction through the US. Or across the US. So in Cheyenne, we're definitely on Highway 25, and we go to the south to Denver, Now we're in Colorado. So here we have the Rocky Mountains to the west and the Great Plains, the prairies to the east. We're just at the border between those landscapes, I guess, according to this map. And we follow this road through Pueblo. We enter New Mexico, Santa Fe, capital of New Mexico. And here we reach Albuquerque. Follow the Rio Grande here. Interstate 25 follows the road, I guess. Or, sorry, follows the river. Here in Las Cruces, I think, I'm not sure what happens here. Yeah, it's actually, now it's called the Interstate Highway 10 instead, from Las Cruces. So we change road number to 10, and we will pass El Paso. Now we're actually at the US-Mexican border, but we will continue on the US side for a while here. We will follow Highway 10 in Texas, across the Edwards Plateau here, and now I guess the landscape changes a lot here, so we reach the lowlands, the coastal plains here, by the Mexican Gulf. And we will reach San Antonio here. And from San Antonio we will take the last part here in the US, Interstate Highway 35. It comes from the northeast here, you see. All the way to Laredo, at the very border, at the river. And we cross the border, and on the other side of Rio Grande, or Rio Bravo, as it's called in Mexico, we have Nuevo Laredo. And Nuevo Laredo is actually in the state Tamaulipas. Here. So for a very short distance here, we're in Tamaulipas. Then we enter Nuevo Leon, as you can see here. And the big city, Monterrey, capital of Nuevo Leon. So we have to change to another, or flip to another page here. I think I saw Mexico on one page here, just when I was flipping through the pages. we were here in Laredo, or Nuevo Laredo on the Mexican side. Now it's a little bit tricky to see how the road continues here because we have this gap in the fold here, in the middle of the page, or not the page, the spread, divided into two different pages here. But we will, yeah, we were already in Monterrey. And in Mexico, the Pan-American Highway is called the Inter-American Highway. I think it's called that in the entire Central America. But I've also seen names like Autopista Panamericana or Carretera Panamericana. I guess that's the name for it in some Latin American countries. Now we'll try to reach Mexico City somehow. Here you can see Mexico City. So the road is actually here. To the west we have the Sierra Madre Oriental, eastern mountain range here. To the east we have the coastal plains. And we will reach Ciudad Victoria, capital of Tamaulipas. So now we're back in Tamaulipas. And we're on the Mexican Federal Highway 85. Then we will come to the state of Hidalgo, and Pachuca is the capital city of Hidalgo, and this is where we will pass this city as well on our way to Mexico City. And from Mexico City we will take the road number 190, so the Mexican Federal Highway 190 towards Guatemala. And I guess it's this one. So we will pass Puebla, capital city of the state of Puebla here, and then we will enter Oaxaca, the city of Oaxaca, also capital, state capital. And here you can see we're crossing the isthmus of Tehuantepec, where it's the most narrow strip of land here. In the Tehuantepec Bay and the Campeche Bay, between those bays we have this narrow piece of land. And now we are in Chiapas state, and the capital city here. Which one is the capital? Okay, it's this one. That's quite a long name. And now I think I need the magnifying glass. It's called Tuxtla Gutierrez. Tuxtla Gutierrez. Here, now you can see it as well. And from there we follow this road, 190. And we leave Chiapas and enter Guatemala. So, as you can see here in Guatemala, we have a lot of information on this map. But we start here, and here actually I think I will need the magnifying glass to be able to read accurate. This is a cool effect. But you will not see the map through the magnifying glass. I hope you can read it anyway. So we start here at Huehuetenango. It's the department or region here of Guatemala, and also this city or town. And then we will reach Quetzaltenango. See if I can find it here. Yeah, here it says Quetzaltenango. That's also a department here around this town. The next department of Guatemala we will enter is Totonicapan. Now let's see, yeah, here it is, Totonicapan. And then we will enter Solola. And I think that Solola is somewhere by this lake called Lago de Atitlan. You can see the lake here. This little light blue shape here. And then we will follow the road through Quiche or Quiche. Here. And then Chimaltenango. Chimaltenango is very close to Guatemala, the capital city of the whole country. Now I can't really see it here, but it's here somewhere to the west of the city. And then Zacatepeques. Also here somewhere. I can't find it now. but it's also like a department in the city or town called Zacatepec. And then we will enter Guatemala, the capital city. And then the Santa Rosa region or department here to the southeast of the country. And the last department we will cross is Jutiapa. And now we're really close to the border to El Salvador. I think I will try to zoom in even more actually. So much information here. Yeah, here you can see Jalapa. No, sorry, that wasn't the name. It was Jutiapa I was looking for. I guess it should be here somewhere. Here it just says Salvador, but it's called El Salvador. And the first city here we will enter is Santa Ana. And it's in the department called Santa Ana as well. Then we will cross the department called La Libertad. And we're still west of the capital, so here somewhere. Then we will reach San Salvador, the capital of El Salvador. And the San Salvador department as well, here, around the city. And we will cross Cuscatlán department and San Vicente department. Here I'm quite sure it says San Vicente. And next we have Usulután department. And next we have San Miguel or San Miguel department, and quite a big city as well, or town. Never sure when to use city or when to use town. I'm not sure of the sizes of these places. In Swedish we don't have that distinction really. We just say stad about everything. If it's not a village, then it's a by. So after San Miguel or San Miguel, we will reach La Unión, the department to the very east of El Salvador here. And yeah, you can see the road goes like this. And now, this is actually part of Honduras. we will just be passing two of the departments of this country. So first it's Valle, and then it's Chotuleka, and I think we can see Chotuleka here. What do you think? Looks like it's called something else here. Chotutkua. Maybe that's an old name, or just another name for it. And now we're in Nicaragua, as you can see. But here I will have to flip to another page again. You can see the landscape of Central America. So we've been traveling through this mountainous region here. It's called the Sierra Madre de Chiapas. Here we have Chiapas, mainly in Guatemala, and it's a big lake, the Nicaragua lake. Then we have another mountainous region, or mountain ranges here in Costa Rica, basically, or mainly. And those mountains are called, I guess just the Central Range, or Cordillera Central. And this is the Central American volcanic belt. We are here on the border between Honduras and Nicaragua. So in Nicaragua we will pass 7 departments. And the first one is called Madriz. Madriz is basically this area here. And the town Somoto. Then we will enter Esteli, the department around the town Esteli. Here, found it. And next we will enter Matagalpa. Here. Also its own department. And then Managua. This lake is called Lago de Managua. And also this department. And here you can see, it says Managua Lake here. Paso, here somewhere. And the next one is Granada. Here. Yeah, Granada. By the Nicaragua lake. I also read that it's called Lago Coquipulca. Coquipulca. Not sure I pronounce it right, but it's an alternative name for this lake. And the last apartment that we will cross is Rivas here. This narrow strip of land between the Pacific and Nicaragua Lake. And now we will enter Costa Rica. Actually now I'm using the camera as a magnifying glass, so I don't look through this glass anymore. I just look at the camera. It works as a magnifying glass as well when I have it zoomed in this much. So we will travel through 6 provinces of Costa Rica. First we have Guanacaste. That's this part. And we will pass the town Liberia. Now we're in this mountainous region, as you can see, and yeah, this is San Jose, but before that we are entering quite fun looking province called Punta Arenas, and it stretches like this. It follows the coast all the way along the coast through the country. So we will travel through part of Punta Arenas here to the north. Here also we have the city or town of Punta Arenas here. And Punta Arenas means it's a word consisting of the 2 parts, punta and arena, and I read that it means word by word it means sand point, so I guess it's a beach area here. And from here we will enter Alajuela. Here, Alajuela. Before we enter San Jose, the capital of Costa Rica. Also, there are a province called Heredia as well. Yeah, there it is, Heredia, before we reach San Jose. So they're very close here to each other, or the province capitals. And after San Jose it gets a bit less crowded actually, so we will have the province Cartago. Yeah, we can see here. And then actually we will enter the province San Jose again. Kind of goes like this for a while here, and then also we will cross Punta Arenas again. This eastern part of the province. So that was our journey through Costa Rica. And now we're in Panama. Kind of the link between North America, or yeah, it's part of Central America, I guess. But you can also call it part of North America, depending on how, if you consider Central America a continent of its own or as part of North America. Yeah, it's the link to North or Central America and South America. Link between those continents. And you can see, very interesting on this map, you can see there is actually a road here all the way to Colombia. So I guess it was planned somehow. They started to plan this road in the I guess the first meeting they had about it was in the late 1800s. Yeah, first it was proposed to be a railroad in 1890, on the first International American Conference. But then in the later conferences through the years, they started to discuss a road instead. I guess the car became more used and popular during these years. So in 1937 they had the first convention of Pan American Highway and decided it would be constructed. The first country who completed its portion of it was Mexico in 1950. And I guess this part, Panama and Colombia, were supposed to complete this part, but somehow it never was. And now there are many who don't think it's a good idea to ever complete it, because this is actually an area with a lot of rainforest and very dense jungle, the Darien Gap. But we can talk about this a bit later, but because now we will enter Panama, and there is of course a road in the beginning. So here we have David, quite big town in Panama, in the province of Chiriquí. And next province is Veraguas. And there we have Santiago de Veraguas. Here somewhere. Can you see if it says Santiago here? Can't see it there actually. And next we have Cocle province here somewhere, with the province capital Penonome. And next we have Panama province, around the city of Panama, along the Panama Canal. And the canal was built in, when was it? Early 1900s, I guess. Yeah, 1914, I think it was completed. And it's 82 kilometers long, or 51 miles. So then you could travel by boat like this. You didn't have to like go around the entire continent of South America. To go from Atlantic Ocean to Pacific Ocean. And then there was the first road bridge constructed in 1962. That's the Bridge of the Americas. And for quite some time there was only one bridge connecting the continents. But now there are two, or I read also 3 bridges, but at least I know that there's one more bridge opened in 2004 called the Centennial Bridge, a bit to the north. And the Pan American Highway is now, the Centennial Bridge is now part of the Pan American Highway since 2004. And we continue to the east and we reach the province of Darien. Here, Darien. And here it says El Real. And very close to El Real, it's not on this map, but it's a place called Yavisa, here somewhere. And that's actually where the Pan American Highway stops today. So the road was completed to this point. I'm not sure exactly when. But on this map from 1959 you can see the road continues through the Darien Gap. This national park here, where there are actually no roads at all. So you have to travel. If you're going to a place along the coast here, there are actually this all this coast here is a province in Panama called the Gunayala. So it's a province inhabited by a lot of indigenous groups, mainly Guna, I guess. So in this area we have the Guna group and also the Embera Wunan group. Living here where there are no roads. And here somewhere it's a place called, if you look at the map, maybe I can show you on the iPad. So we're not in Alaska anymore, we're in Panama. You can see how the road just stops here in Yavisa. There's El Real. safety. So I have read that there have been people crossing this Darien National Park, this very dense forest. It's quite dangerous. A lot of wildlife. But yeah, here I think it was Puerto Escocés. It's actually in the late 17th century, the late 1690s. Scotland tried to establish a colony here, the Darien colony, called the New Caledonia. But it was an unsuccessful attempt, so they left after just some time. I'm not sure for how long, but there you can see it's still called Puerto Escocés, the Scottish port. That's quite cool. But yeah, there have been people crossing here because they want to complete the entire Pan American Highway on terrestrial. I mean, not by. They maybe think it's cheating if you go by boat for a while here. So they want to go through the national park here. And the distance is actually approximately 100 kilometers. I guess I said that at the beginning. So 62 miles. If you want to go to, for example, Turbo. And I tried to find roads in this area, and there are not many roads, but I found one. I think it was from here. Santa Teresa. What's it along this river? I did find a road actually leading to the west from this road. Yeah, here it is. So from Arboletes Monteria, Caucheras, you can follow this road. Let's see where it leads. Do we have to go to the north now? I do like this. Another try here. There should be a road somewhere. Yeah, this is the road we were trying. was not that one. What happened to the road that I found? Yeah, here it is. Now, let's see. So, from the Parque Belén de Bajira, there's a small road here. And you can't even see it, I guess. Very tiny. Here it is. You have to have very close zoom to be able to see it. Okay. Let's do another try here. And this road here, Park. There we have it. Siete, 7 Bajira. It's a restaurant. Yeah, siete, it's 7. Yeah, now we're here at Rio Sucio. Along this river, Atrato River. And the road ends by this river. So the other places you can find here, where I guess people are living, you can only reach by boat on the river. It's also the border between the Choco province and Antioquia of Colombia. So if we measure the distance from Yavitsa let's see, yeah, here. From Yavitsa to Rio Sucio. See if I can scale it better like this. Yeah, yeah. You can see it's 102 kilometers. So something around 62 miles, I guess. it's a bit longer to Turbo, 106 kilometers. So yeah, I'm not sure there ever gonna be a road here between the continents, because yeah, it will probably have an effect on the biodiversity and everything. So maybe it's good as it is. So we will continue our journey along the Pan American Highway, now from Turbo, Colombia. Yeah, here actually you can see Rio Sucio and Atrato River. So the road that we just looked at on Google Maps must be this part. And it was finished all the way to Rio Sucio. I haven't seen this before. Now I realize it's this road, and then it should continue to El Real. And here is where it stops now. So here we will cross or travel through 6 departments of Colombia, and we will travel here. I guess it's like a valley between the Cordillera Occidental and Cordillera Central. These are the Colombian Andes, and like in Colombia it's like divided into 3 branches, the mountain range here. So it's the western, central and the eastern here. Bogota is on the eastern, Medellin is on the central, and the Pan American Highway in South America are it's like officially stated that it's the Pan American Highway, I guess, more than in the North American continent. So we travel through Antioquia, where Turbo is located, and here we have Antioquia. And also Medellin, the big city in Colombia, is also in Antioquia. Next department we will enter is Caldas, where Manizales is located, here, Caldas. So here we have the Choco department, the westernmost department here, where there are, at least at this part, basically no roads. And then we have Risaralda department, where we have Pereira. There are quite small departments here. This part of Colombia. And we continue to the south through Valle del Cauca. In Valle del Cauca we have the big city Cali. I guess it's quite big. And we continue to the south through the department of Cauca here. And here we have Popayan city. And the last department that we will travel through in Colombia is Nariño and the city Pasto. And as you can see, now we have entered Ecuador. Take a look at this next page here. We can see the entire country. And here we will travel through 9 provinces of Ecuador. Start here in Carchi. And the city Tulcan. Next province is Imbabura, and the city Ibarra. Next we have the capital province, Quito, and the capital of Ecuador. Actually, the province name is called Pichincha. I think it's pronounced that way. Then we will enter Cotopaxi. And here we have the city of Latacunga. And next province is Tungurahua. Can you see it? I can't. Tungurahua. Anyway, it should be around this city here, or town, Ambato. Next we have Chimborazo. Here, Chimborazo. And the city of Riobamba. Next we have the province of Cañar. And Azogues, the town in Cañar. Next we have Azuay and the city Cuenca. And next we have Loja province, and also the city named Loja. And we cross the border to Peru. Actually, I have seen on a map that there is an alternative way to travel that I guess also is like the official route of the Pan American Highway, or Carretera Panamericana, that goes along the coast here. But yeah, I chose to go this way now, following the mountain range, the Andes. So, we're in Peru. And we will cross, traveling through 9 departments of Peru. We start here in the Sechura Desert. And the towns or cities, no, I call these towns Sullana and Piura. And the deserts in Peru is actually located, they are located along the coast, the Peruvian coastal desert. But yeah, we had Piura here, the first of the 9 departments we will travel through. And then we have Lambayeque. And then we have La Libertad. We have the big city of Chiclayo in Lambayeque, and Trujillo in La Libertad. And we follow the coast here, the coastal desert. Because here we have the high mountains here, the Andes. Along the country, the entire country of Peru. So we have this narrow strip of coast and of desert. I always feel like I'm saying desert when I'm trying to say desert. Next department is Ancash. And here we have, we're just gonna follow the coast here, so we're not passing the biggest city here. There are smaller cities, I mean towns. And now we're in the big department of Lima, and this I know is a huge city, one of the biggest on the American continent. Lima, I think 9 million is the population or something like that. The capital of Peru. The department is also called Lima. And the next department is called Ica. And we will pass Ica as well. Here we have Nazca. And I just read so interesting facts about Nazca. That is where they have found these prehistoric geoglyphs. It's called geoglyphs when they have in like 2000 or something between 1.5 thousand and 2.5 thousand years ago. They had like written things and drawn things on the ground in the desert that you can only see if you're like from above, high altitude. You can see what it is. And that's of course very mysterious how they could figure out or why they did that, who would see it. Because of course they weren't, at least we don't think it was today that there were any planes or you could not travel through the air, up in the air. But yeah, it's very interesting. Like archaeological site here, Nazca. The Nazca Lines, it's called. And yeah, it's in the Ica department. And next department is Arequipa. Yeah, Arequipa. And here's the city of Arequipa. Next is Moquegua. Both the city and a department. And the last department we will travel through is Tacna. This one. Here you can see, here's the Andes. We're very close to La Paz and Bolivia here. La Paz, the capital on the highest altitude, I think. I've heard that. It's famous for being not northernmost, I mean the most high altitude capital city. I think they have two capital cities in Bolivia. The other one is more to the, Sucre, I guess. Also considered capital. And here we have Lake Titicaca in the mountains. But yeah, we have been traveling through along the coast, along the deserts here. It's called the Peruvian coastal desert, and now actually we have entered the Atacama Desert. Northern parts of it are in Peru, and most of it are here in Chile. And let's flip to the Chile page. So I guess this is the first town that we will enter. It's Arica in Chile. And Chile is divided into several regions, and the first region is called Arica as well. Then we have the region called Tarapacá. Here. There we have a city called Iquique, but I guess the Pan American Highway will not go through Iquique. It will go just like that. And the next region is big one. It's Antofagasta. And here we have the city of Antofagasta, and this is west of the Andes mountains, and it's still, I guess, the Atacama Desert, because now we're entering the Atacama region of Chile. today there's a road here along the coast that we will follow. And then we will go a bit to the east to Copiaco, capital city of Atacama, I guess. Then we have Coquimbo, next region. Here's the city, here's the region, Coquimbo. And here we're in Valparaiso. I guess it means the Paradise Valley. And I think we have left the desert behind now. And yeah, you can see it on the map here, it's more green. More like plains, I guess. Fertile area. And from Valparaiso, we're very close to the capital city of Chile, Santiago. But we will actually... I forgot to mention that we have been following the Chile Highway number 5 all the way from the northern parts of the country. It's the longest highway in Chile, but here we will take left to Chile Route 60 to the border to Argentina. So we will cross the Andes here. I guess it's a lot of high altitude. And then back down. Then we reach Mendoza in Argentina. And Mendoza is one of Argentina's provinces. We will be traveling through 8 of the provinces, following the Pan American Highway. And this area is a very mountainous area called Cuyo, close to the Andes, to the eastern part of it, that we will be traveling through before we reach the very southern parts of Gran Chaco. No, Gran Chaco is here somewhere. I think it's this here. Here it says Gran Chaco. But we will be just... Maybe this isn't actually considered to be part of Gran Chaco after all. It's San Luis, in the province of San Luis. And then we will enter Cordoba. Not the city, but the province, the southern parts of the province here. And we will be following the National Route 7 from Valparaiso, or the border, Chile border, to all the way to Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina. And now you can see we're in an area that is green on the map. It's Pampas, very vast lowland area, very fertile, humid, subtropical area. Buenos Aires. Here we will take the National Route 3 southwards. I think it's this one. We will try to reach the coast here, Mar del Plata. Or maybe not, actually. I think this is National Route 3 Azul we will pass. So we came from here. Now we're going in this direction. Actually, I think the official part of Pan American Highway stops here in Buenos Aires, and now we're again at unofficial routes, routes that many adventurers take when they will, because they don't want to stop there. They want to go to the very southernmost tip of South America, and then they often continue like this. We're still in Buenos Aires state, or province. This is Buenos Aires. And here is Bahia Blanca. And we will be entering the next province here called Rio Negro. And we're gonna follow the coast. It's Rio Negro. We will pass Viedma. And here we have Golfo San Matias. We will round like this. And, we will now enter the province of Chubut, I think. Doesn't say Chubut on this map. Maybe it wasn't called that by this time. But anyway, we're in the area called Patagonia, southern parts of Argentina, also a desert, the Patagonian desert. I think it's a very different desert than most of the deserts in the world, because it's quite cold. It's not hot. But it's very dry. Now I'm not sure if this was the driest. No, I think the Atacama Desert in northern Chile is the driest non-polar desert in the world. Because you know the Antarctic, almost the entire Antarctic continent is also a desert, but a polar one. And it's very dry. Anyway, let's see where we are. Eventually we will reach another province called Santa Cruz in the southern Patagonia. Now I guess it gets really cold here. Cold climate. Bahia Grande. And here we will actually enter Chile again, because we need to travel over Strait of Magellan by ferry. Here's Magellan Strait. You can travel by boat. Here's where the main route for boats before the Panama Canal in 1914. You have to go all this way around South America through the Magellan Strait and reach the Pacific like this. But yeah, we've been traveling on National Route 3, but in Chile it's called Chile Route 255 in the beginning, and then here over the Magellan Strait at the ferry and this way it's called the Chile Route 257. Then we will cross the border again to Argentina, and then actually the road is called National Route 3 again, so it's the same number as this one. But I don't think you can take, like, there's no main ferry or anything here, I think. I'm not sure, but I think you usually travel here through this part where it's the most narrow part of the strait. And here we have Tierra del Fuego, the southernmost region in Argentina. And the town Ushuaia, that I have heard or read that it's the southernmost located town on the continent. Could that be true? Yeah, you don't count the research stations on Antarctica and things like that, but I guess it's like, I don't know how they count it, but I've heard that it should be the southernmost something, at least. And also that's where the road stops, and people who make this journey, the Pan American Highway, will start or stop. Usually they choose this one as a start or stop point. So here we have it's 23,000 kilometers by bike. But I'm not completely sure. I also read 30,000 kilometers, but I guess it depends on what route you choose. It was very interesting to read about this and see these places. I wish I was more of an adventurer and could do this trip myself by boat, or sorry, by bike. But I guess can enjoy it by looking at the map as well. Pretend I'm here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So sleep well, take care. See you soon. Stay safe.